Jarhead, Keno and Kangan, what's up guys? The camera's way over here, so I don't know how good you're going to be able to hear me. I don't want to yell, my wife's working out there. But this is my messy room for my work. Ty, if you're still here, what's up? Doo-doo. Sound is good. This is what I do for work. I don't know how low I gotta look. Let me see over here. I got a delay. Let me get this caught up. I don't know why when I get this started that red line bounces back and forth for like 3 minutes until it finally catches up. It is still slow. It's almost there. It's still bouncing a little bit, but it's close. All right, so this is a first for me on this one. I'm not real comfortable with this. When I started doing tumblers, I bought these 4 and I made one. And they come with these little solid poles. I got them and they're good, but whatever. There's just a solid plastic pole. So that's what was on these, and this little piece on the back ends of each one of these is the same basically as this. And I had to Frankenstein them to get them to work. So I got the plastic pole that it came with, cut it, got another piece here that's got a thread, a solid end on one piece to go into the pipe and glue it, another piece with the threads, and then another piece with a thread to go to a PVC pipe so I can actually take my cups off, my tumblers and stuff, to connect them to that. Because when you're making one like this thing, which has got a whole bunch of swirls and colors in it, which we've made for taken to possibly the flea market for sale, when you put the inks in and you do colors like this, you have to take this thing off and turn it. I got a heat gun down there. I got a blowtorch over here. And you heat up the epoxy, you heat up the inks that are inside of there. And every now and then you got to tip it upright and let the colors run. And it may drip a little bit here and there. And then you turn it back and twist it and angle it a little bit. And you let these colors swirl together. And that's why you have to take them off of the arms. This one that I'm working on here is possibly going to be another Jurassic Park to send to the flea market with Buzzy when he goes. Let me take a peek. Charles Farmer, what's up, buddy? William, Jarhead, Slasher, what's up, guys? This is what I do for work, and I got 3 of these that I'm making for Wesley's mom. She ordered these. He's in Alaska, as y'all know. She is over in Alabama, and she's having me make 3 more of these for friends of theirs. Basically all the tumblers start out from stainless steel. I tape off the inside, so when I prime them and paint them, I try to get as little paint inside, and I turn these into wood grain all the way around. I do have 1 coat of epoxy on them already. I'm getting ready to roll tide. I'm saying it first. I'm getting ready to put some decals on them. Georgia Bulldogs, that's where these are going. And then I got some that I'm priming and prepping for Adam, your dog trainer, for his channel. He's got Patreon. Siddick, what's up, buddy? So the final two for the Georges on here, but we got Adam, your dog trainer. We got 10 cups that I'm making for his channel, putting his logos on each one of them. And all of these are ready. I gotta cut these, which we'll do with the Cricut. I'll show you that part of it. And I don't know how long we're gonna be on. We had a buddy chime in. Eric B, what's up, buddy? I got my iPad way up here, so if I miss somebody in chat, I apologize. We got a buddy that chimed in saying I need to fill my gaps up with something. And I said, you know what? Screw it. I've never shown this side of what I do for work and so on with making ITSJBTV Tumblers happen. This is it. Done with that. So I go to my computer. Computer's connected with the Cricut. And we let the machine do most of the work, but there's some logos, decals, and stuff that I literally have to cut by hand. And that would be the reason for the binoculars on my head. Because when I got to cut them out by hand, you got to get real close and make sure you're cutting them good. Now, I'm getting ready to, I already cut this page out. So now hopefully I gotta watch it, because if it doesn't do it right and it's messed it up before, it brings the wrong section into cut. Alright, it brought up the right page on here for what I've loaded. Now that'll do its thing. It shouldn't take it too long because there's not precise cuts involved. What's up, Ty? Excellent dude. What's up, buddy? Called out today to take the dog to the vet. What's wrong with the dog? Now the way this machine works, if you've never seen a Cricut, which this is actually my wife's, but I kind of stole it from her, is when it prints out, and if Jarhead's in here, he'll know what I'm talking about. Jarhead makes tumblers also. Around the picture, you have a black square that goes around the whole thing. Well, that thing detects that. Then it detects where you started your picture at. And then it comes out and it detects each section, each side, and it detects your pictures and where they're at. And then it proceeds to go over and come back and cut out your patterns that you've made or designs that you got. And then when it's done, I have to go in for these and get the 3 names for each one of the tumblers put into the Cricut on the machine, on the computer, and then sent over to it on another pad again, and have it print out the names for me. And I always double check to make sure that the cuts were good. And it appears they look pretty good. Took a little bit of the black off the outside of the dog.
What are you doing?
I can't see.
How many people are in your chat?
I don't know.
A lot.
Like 9.
You only got nothing better to do. Is David in there? David better be in there.
I don't see David. Gabriel, what's up, buddy?
love you.
I love you too. So these are now cut, and now I just got to
Did they
make
work?
the names, huh?
Did it work?
Yeah, the black outline of each dog, it got real close to the
Yeah.
white, but they'll should come out good.
Whatever.
Alright, now finish. Nice part about a touchscreen laptop. These are all set, done and good, and if y'all can, you can kind of see my screen just popped up from there. These are the images that I had in there to go into it, and it was too much for one page. So now we put these off to the side because I will need them soon. And these are all, if you can, you really can't see them good. I zoomed in a little bit, but over here is where I put a lot of my prep cups. Get them ready to go. We will click New, Save Bulldogs, and we save those into the system so I don't have to search for them again if ever needed. And that is exactly correct what Jarhead mentioned in there. Buzzy's here, but I still ain't seeing David. And I'm still, this thing has so many more things that it can do that I am unaware of. It's not even funny. So, get the handy dandy measuring tape. We're going to go about 1, go 2 3/4. We'll go about 0.80 on height for the names. So we will do a text. We have Roger. New text, we have Ryan. And a new text, we have Damon. Then you got to find a font that you want. And there's millions of freaking fonts to choose from. You just scroll through until one looks decent. And the thinner font you go, the harder it is. So if you can avoid ever doing tiny little fonts, you're doing better. And again, if I miss anybody, there's David. What's up, buddy? Mr. Spitzer. How you doing, James? This is JB at work. I got many tumblers that I'm working on at the moment. 13 to be exact. And I am just trying to find a decent font that I like for this one. Kind of go with the rhythm of what you're doing, so it's kind of a plain text for the Georgia Bulldogs on that G. And I'm just trying to find something that kind of goes with it. I don't like the G that keeps popping up for me. And every font is giving me the same damn G. Yes, everything is down. If you're into Golf Clash, which I am, Angry Birds, I'm into Angry Birds. Facebook, Instagram, it's all down. Can't do anything, it's all down. It makes you wonder, was it a hack of some sort? Is this what they were talking about a while back where they said there's going to be this massive down on all the internet stuff? I got yuck feelings for some people out there that are super addicted to these things. They're going to have some issues. There's going to be some not meant to be bald people out there pulling their hair out. Oh my God, I can't get on Facebook. I said when I saw it was down, thank God I can't get on here. Twin Scratchers, what's up, buddy? This is it. Now I could be nice or whatever, maybe I guess you could say, if Miss Twin Scratchers was here and I could come around and show you hers, but I think I'll let her wait. See if I missed anybody yet. Don't see anybody. Yeah, the people that are super heavy into the Golf Clash, if it don't come back on soon, I got on this morning and checked my finals, opened my chest, and it did let me on then. I think it's all been down about 6 or 7 hours now. And that looks kind of blah plain. Still trying to find a font that I like. And anybody and everybody, if you ever have me do a Tumblr or something for you, if you got a certain font that you like in mind, you just got to let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to pick what I think looks best. I try to go more with subtle so it doesn't overtake anything and everything else that's happened to the cup. And a lot of people don't realize it's time consuming. I've been working on these for almost a week. Just these 3. It takes almost 2 weeks to do one. When you can work on them and get 2 and 3 and 4 at a time, that's fine. But when you have a bigger order, it takes a little bit. When I start a tumbler, I got to paint it, and then it's got to sit in the garage for about 24 hours to get the gases and fumes off of it. And then once it's completely dried up, I can bring it in here and I can put the epoxy on it like I did with those. And then let that's got to sit and turn for about 12 hours, and then it's another about 4 or 5 hours to make sure it's dry before I can start putting decals on it. Hey, Doris, Shane, Van, what's up, buddy? This is me at work. Trying to find a font that I like, and I'm not finding one yet. Too bubbly. Too bubbly. This is the luxuries of working from home. Shoeless. And there's another problem with finding a font, is once you find a font that you like, then you have to resize it to the size you need it to be, and it can change the look of it. and that's not good if it changes the look. So height wise, that's at 0.80. Width wise, go 2.75. And that is called Koala Corn Light. Koala Corn Light. Two point seven five, 0.80. Let me get back over here for a sec. Hey Jessica, sorry I missed you. I got the iPad here, phone camera way over here, working over here. Thank you for stopping by. And again, if anybody comes in and I've missed you, I apologize. This is just me at work. Sorry for the side view. Alright, now what colors are we going to use? Alright, we're going to go with red. Because there's more black and red together, but there's more black than there is red. You got to make sure you get all your bubbles out. If you leave bubbles in there, it could cause issues. You got that set. We're going to click Make It. And you want to give yourself room because you're going to cut these out. Because when you go to print this, if they're on top of one another, you ain't got much room for cutting them out. We got to continue. And we'll let the Cricut do its thing. We're going to click that we're cutting a vinyl. Hey, you don't talk about my room. It's not a real bad smell. If it gets too bad, then we go to safe mode. And we throw all this mess on. And then you gotta get the beard out of the way.
And we're good to go. My voice changes a little bit, but when I use the epoxy, this goes on a lot of times, and that window with a fan put in it to pull the smell out
will go up there. That is true. I learned it all by myself. I watched a whole bunch of videos. My wife says, "Why don't you make tumblers?" I said, "What the frick does that mean?" I didn't know that was a thing. Making tumblers is a thing. And yes, these are sticky pads that are meant for cutting on the Cricut. Many shapes and sizes to choose from, and keep them covered at all times. It's got a little plastic coating. You put that back on when you're done. Keeps all the yuck crap off of there. Finished. And it's basically, it's the same process no matter who I'm doing a cut for. On every one of them. We got Roger, we got Damon, we got Ryan. Now we'll move that out of the way. This is just silicone mats that I use on this one. We had a couple extra, these shark mats, cooking mats that you use in the oven. My wife had extra ones, so she gave them to me, because these, the epoxy that falls off, peels right off of them. Versus the cardboard, I'd have to cut up box after box after box after it gets so clogged up. You literally just pinch it and the old stuff comes right off of it. Tim Carroll, what's up, buddy? Yes, sir. Cowboys for life, roll tide. And I'm not a Gators fan. UK whoop the Gators. Yeah. Quad 4, what's up, buddy? Again, I got the iPad way up here. It's hard to see the chat. So if I miss you, I will take peeks and see if I see anybody. And you do not want to touch with your fingers very much on here, because it will make the epoxy not want to work with you. And I just look for bad spots that I don't really like either, where the epoxy had a little bubble or something, or I look for a spot where the wood grain doesn't look quite right, and that part, nobody will see it. You cover it up with the decal that you're going to use. And then when you're done with all this, that's when you go back to epoxy again. And it'll get epoxied most likely tonight. They'll spin in here all night long, overnight. And this is printable vinyl. And it goes from just a plain wood grain look to Georgia Bulldogs on the other side. And then once I'm done with getting all the decals and the names on, I'll epoxy the whole thing again with what they call a flood coat, which is a little more than you would normally need or use. But these need to sit on here for a couple hours to make sure they adhere good to the cup. Nate, what's up, buddy? All right. So now you got to make sure you're straight. And I have 2 bottles. The bottom ones, Ryan and Damon. Now is where the part I dislike the most comes in. You gotta weed the crap out of the thing. With your little weeding tool. You gotta pick the little bit out of the O, the D, and the A. Then we have transfer paper. Make sure that's stuck really good. Y'all can't hear my radio, can you? This is why I hate this part. I'm being really quiet. Can y'all hear the radio? If y'all can hear that, I gotta turn it down. Phyllis, how are you? No, you can't hear it. Good. We're making tumblers. This is JBTV at work. All right, we got the name out of there. Transfer paper or tape, however you want to call it. And we have to squish it to make sure it sticks to the sticky stuff. So if some of you have done these kind of things before, you know what we're doing here and you know what I'm talking about. If you have not, basically the name is going on to this sticky stuff here. It's on there and we're going to hopefully pull that off with one try and have it stuck to the sticky stuff, which is transfer tape. And there, it's off of there, it's onto here. The back side of the vinyl is a sticky. And there we have Georgia Bulldogs and a cup for Damon. And now I'll go in later, make sure there's no lint, no nothing. There was a little hair on there. And make sure that it's all nice and clean. And then I'll epoxy over all that. And then tomorrow this will be basically finished cup. And then it's got to sit and cure for about 2 to 3 days before you can ship them out to their rightful owners. And again, Frankenstein these things has saved me so much aggravation, because now I just take these and unscrew them off of here and I'm good to go. Right there with that one. Thank you, tape. What'd you do, Shane? Why is that? That's about to fall. Oof. Oh, no, Tim was just saying Shane the man. Steelers are looking good, ain't they? Negative. Thank you, Doris. Well, I knew that. I knew that already, Tate. I'm okay with that. Alright, we have 2 bottle koozies and 1 regular koozie. The regular koozie is getting Roger. Roger that. And these are really hard to see. That's why I'm using these binoculars. I kind of feel like Melly yesterday. She did her first live doing some scratchers, and she was nervous. It was her first time. Now, this ain't my first time going live, of course, but it's my first time live with this kind of a shot and a view. What's up, Tat? How you doing, buddy? Just showing what I do for work and a little bit of a side view of the belly. Hey, I'm fat. I've said it a million times live. I know I am, but I'm happy. Get that prepped and ready. Once that's there, then we can do the name, because we always want it to be centered with the picture, not the picture with the name. I find it easier doing it that direction versus the other way. This weeding stuff, it's not for me. I don't like it. My wife has had to help me many times with some of the weeding. It's just too tedious for me. I get irritated with it quick. When are y'all going to your Vegas trip? That's coming up soon, isn't it, Keno? We got to start doing like y'all were talking about. We got to save up a little because we got a cruise coming up in around the 10th or the 12th, I think it is, of November. So we got to start being cautious with that. So we got some money to take with us on the cruise. And I know this may bore the hell out of some, but this is what I do for work. If somebody calls or emails or texts or messages me on Facebook and says I'd like to get a cup made, this is what I'm doing when I'm not on the computer. If y'all send me a message and I don't answer, I'm normally back here without the phone. I just leave the phone in the room. Ron Park, what's up, buddy? November 6th is my wife and I's 11th anniversary. We're gonna possibly go hang out in Tampa for the 6th and the 7th, I think it is, because the 6th is our 11th year anniversary and the 7th is my 51 birthday. And then the next week we go on the cruise. And we have the Georgia Bulldogs again for Roger. Roger that. This one is not in the way. It can go back on. Archer Matthews, what's up, buddy? Thank you, Ron. Y'all enjoy that cruise. Tim, I'm kind of with you. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but they are definitely doing more precautions than before, and you better believe we'll have our masks on, and everybody else will be required to wear them. It's already in the contracts for the cruises that if you are caught without it, you're in trouble. These can koozies and 30-ounce cups, which is like this size, they're $40. And the 20-ounce cups, which are these two different ones, they're both 20 ounce, just different kind of a cup. These are 30. And then if you're local, I can meet with you or whatever to hand deliver. If you're not local, whatever the fee is for shipping, it's around $16 for, if I can send up to, I think, 2 cups in a medium box. And it's $16 for shipping. You may have to be vaccinated to go on it, and I have had both of mine. And if you ever do something like this, if you ever put a sticker on something, get it set in the middle. Work one way, hold on to the other side still, and then once you start to go the other way, let it go and work the other way. That makes it so much easier to get on there and without creases. We have a Not Buzzy in the chat. What's up, Not Buzzy? Okay, next name, we have to do just the A. That's a good thing. Buzzy, you got it in Meyer? Yeah, I've got mine. I didn't bring my phone case in with me, but I got a full case that has a little magnet thing that keeps it into a case. I got it in there. It's always with me everywhere I go. It's not mandatory by law you have to show it, but for the cruise you'll have to have it because they're going to want to know proof that you've gotten it. I hate this part. I just had a text message come through the phone, but I can't see it. I'm actually on the phone, so if anybody in here is who texted, I won't be able to know until I'm done. Well, Oscar's happy. I just heard his dog food hit the bowl. It's 5 o'clock on the dot. Oscar knows when his feeding time is.
You still live?
Yeah.
Oh, because I tried to go on and they wouldn't show it to me. Oh, okay.
There's people in the chat still. Looks like about 12 people in here.
12 people? You only got nothing better to do. Yeah, he knows when it's time to eat. He knows how to read a clock.
Alright, names are done. The front stickers are done. And nope, I don't make all these cups with stickers. This is printable vinyl. Some cups it works best with. Some it don't work at all with. You have to make them on water slides. And now we have one for Ryan. They're all set, straight. Yes, good. Just got to make sure that they're staying laid down flat. And I will check on those probably in another hour or so after we eat, maybe. Make sure that it stayed attached to the cup, because if you put epoxy on it right away and that sticker says, "Ha ha, I'm not staying stuck to the cup," then it will lift and the epoxy will get under the sticker and it will glue like that, and it'll dry like that, and it'll have this giant bump right there. Darlene, how are you? That's what I was talking about, the treasures of working from home. Shoeless. And catch back up here. Wesley's mom works in Alabama, lives in Alabama, and she has friends just on the other side in the Georgia line, and she buys lotto tickets from Georgia for scratch offs because Alabama doesn't give lotto nothing out there. And she must have some friends over there in Georgia that are Bulldogs fans. I'd rather make Bulldog ones than somebody call me up and say, make me Florida Gators or Auburn, which I've had to make a couple Auburns. Oh boy. For them. Here's a couple of them I made that the bottom died on me. The black took over, but this was Northern Lights. You can see it sparkly with the light on it. So this was a Northern Lights, just made random for sale. And then we got a sparkly, just a glittery one. These are just random ones that were made for sale. This one's got a lot of sparkle to it. And then I think on this one I'm going to possibly do, maybe it's a purple camo kind of look. As I make homemade camo, I put my inks on a saran wrap, squirt the inks that I'm going to use color-wise, and saran wrap it and turn it into a camo look. And I think I'm going to put the Joker on this one. I think that would go good on a purple camo. Have I done a New England Patriots? I'd love to see one of those. I have not. I've made football team wise my own Dallas Cowboys one. Now I got the Georgia Bulldogs. I've made Alabama and the Auburn. Those are the only football team ones that I made. My own personal one is in the bedroom. You got it, Tim. I'll send you a message. Does Buzzy get his 20% cut? Sure, right off the bat. He gets 20% of nothing. Because Buzzy's the knife guy, and he don't really have to do much with them. And if anybody has any interest in knives, and you're somewhat local or in the U.S., message me, and I'll get you in touch with Buzzy, and I'll help him get knives sold too. The turnaround from start to finish is right at 2 weeks. It's sometimes sooner, depending on how busy my week is. But to start a cup, to get it finished, is close to 2 weeks. That sometimes is a downfall for some. They're like, oh, I needed it quicker than that. And I'm sorry, but the epoxy's got to dry. And I normally have 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 coats of epoxy you got to do. Each time you put a coat of epoxy on it, it's around 12 hours before you can do another coat. Depending on what's needing to be done and wanting to be done to it. I personally, these with the multicolors, the wood grains, which is done with a brush. It starts off chrome. I paint it white. It's got to dry in the garage. And y'all can see a little bit right up here. This is my glitter section. This is the wall of stripper stuff. So that's all my inks. Glitters, inks, more glitters. So whenever I'm making a wood grain, this is my normal go-to. It's a teak wood. And then I have up here just a regular brown that I'll sometimes mix together with it, because the brown comes out lighter than the teak wood. And if it's still not quite dark enough, I can go with espresso. And basically, make sure that's good again. Grab this one. You'll just take the cup on a holder, and you have to have paper down here on the bottom because it splatters. And you take that ink and you drip it and run it down, and then you just brush it. You got to brush back and forth to make sure you get all the way to the ends. And as you're brushing, it starts transforming and turning into wood grain. It's really cool. I got one I've already made for my grandson, but I'm going to make another one for him to send up to him. Just some dude. What's up, buddy? That is true, Tim. I'm a knife fan myself. Just got off the phone with Buzzy. He will fill you in. Got it? Actually, you can. I would mix a black and white colors together into a mixture to make it a gray. I don't have any pictures other than on my phone. Actually, there might be on my website. If you go on Google and type in ITSJBTV Tumblers, you should be able to get to my website. And there's a wood grain that I made with this Baja blue, and I made it a teal kind of a color wood grain, and put an old pickup truck on it, and it says "Country Roads Take Me Home." And that one just sold a couple weeks ago at the flea market. My favorite. My FF team lost by 60 points. Yeah, the Golf Clash support is more about blaming us than anything. We lose our connection. We have bad signal, whatever it might be. I was needing green tumbler with gold emblem. A green tumbler with gold emblem, what kind of an emblem? Just like an outline, top and bottom rim. PTY, what's up, buddy? This is ITSJBTV at work. We just finished doing 3 tumblers. This one, this one, and this one. Wood grain koozies. I still got to do the epoxy on them, which I'll do that later on. I got to make sure the decals are good. But we just finished putting the decals on for Roger on this one. Bulldog fans. They're all 3 the same, just different names. But this is something I've never done before. I've never shown this side of me. This is my work area, and this is where I do the tumblers when people order them, and I make some at random for sale, and so on and so on. And some people have seen what I do, some haven't, and I thought it'd be different to get on here and try it. Custom is custom. And selling them to Floridians, most of the people that buy it aren't even Floridians, or they moved here. You sent headquarters a text? Gotcha. Well, hopefully this wasn't too boring for most of you, but this literally is, this is what I do. I got my own koozie that I'm working on, which this koozie is basically going to turn into this. It's this style koozie, screw-on lid to put your can in. And I'm working on this one for me. I haven't finished it yet because I've been busy with other stuff. Just something to give it a little flair, so when I'm out and about, if somebody goes, "Oh my gosh, that's all pretty and shiny." I don't like sparkly. It's not my thing. But to get it noticed, it needs to have some sparkle to it. I appreciate it, David. I've told Buzzy for 10 years now he needs to do a little website of some sort. And he goes, "I don't want to do one." Yeah, he's only Saturday and Sunday. But that's why I did my website, because it was a free one to make. I didn't want to go all crazy and expensive and make a website and then it never get viewed or never have anything good come from it. So I went with Wix and did a free little website, and it gets some pictures out there if people want to go on it and see some pictures, and basically everything on there is already sold and gone, but it gives some ideas. My wife, I helped her make one. She's made one now, a yellow one and a white one with these different colored glitter yellow with, they call that chunky, and mixed with some diamond white. And the phone is ringing if you hear it buzzing. I'm sure it's another fake phone call. I entered a contest on a glitter site and won this. You can't really see it good in the bottle, but it's a Motor City dump is what it's called. It's a whole bunch of different glitters dumped into one. They had a big bucket of glitter and they said, how much does it weigh? And I guessed it right. All right, everybody, I think I'm going to call it. Now y'all see what I do when I'm not at the computer and I'm not golf clashing or casino or whatever it might be. I'm in here working. All my little cups for mixing the epoxies. These are my get-ups for epoxies. This is my cheap stuff. A and a B, you have to have both to make it work. And then I got Naked Fusion that I use. And then behind those is the stuff that I'm actually affiliated with, KS Resin. And the KS Resin affiliate or not, best stuff I've ever used. Unbelievable stuff. Something steampunk. I'll look that up and get some ideas for it. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm going to call it a day. These got to sit for about an hour or so, and then I'll come back and make sure the stickers are stuck good. As long as they're stuck good, I'll mix up some epoxy. I got to put water in that cup, hot water, and get the A side warmed up with the epoxy, and then I can mix it all together really good, and it doesn't make too many bubbles. And that's what the blowtorch is for. You get bubbles in there and get rid of them bubbles. Otherwise, if people make you a tumbler and they don't do that, you're going to have bubbles. You'll see bubbles in the epoxy. Whew. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm going to take the phone out because I got to do 2 steps to shut it off, which doesn't make sense. Oops. I hit the button on the side. So we'll go here. So y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. Now you see JB's side with working on the tumblers and stuff. This used to be Noni's room, and now it's my workstation. So y'all have a great rest of the day, and if nothing else, I'll see you back on Thursday for the mini with Golf Clash, and then possibly food challenge after that. I can turn this off. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.